Asymmetrical warfare means that the opponent does not fight you on equal terms. The opponent is fighting you asymmetrically and using fewer resources to accomplish more strategic objectives. Okay, so in the Cold War, it was symmetrical warfare between the Soviet Union and America because they were competing with the same metrics. So, for example, how many nuclear weapons did you have? Did you have access to hydrogen weapons? How many tanks did you have? How many infantry did you have? Okay, so these were the metrics we used to judge the Cold War because America and the Soviet Union were symmetrical opponents. Asymmetry happens when you fight when the opposing sides are not equal in terms of economics, demographics, and geography. So in the Iran situation, the Iranians had at least 20 years to prepare for today. Okay, so you're an Iranian strategist, and you saw what happened in 1991, the Persian Gulf War. You saw what happened in 2003, Operation Iraqi Freedom. And you know how the Americans fight. Americans fight using aerial supremacy. They come in, shock and awe, they blow everything up, their ground forces come in and sweep everything up. Okay, so you know it's fast, you know it's deadly, but you also know it's expensive. You can also make the assumption that Americans don't like to fight a war of attrition because then it becomes politically unviable. Okay, so if you're an Iranian strategist, what you recognize is that to beat the Americans, you can't fight on American terms. You can't use advanced weapons. You can't go head to head. You don't want to mass your forces. So what you do is you hide yourself in the Zagros Mountains. You prepare for a long war. I'm talking like 10 years, possibly 20 years, right? You decentralize your forces. The Iranians use something called the Mosaic defense, which is it's almost like a spider's web, where each part, each node is responsible for its own local defense. And if any part breaks down, the surrounding areas come in to fill out their defense. But it's decentralized, meaning that the American strategy of shock and awe, decapitation strikes, don't really work because system is much more resilient, much more fluid than Americans are used to, right? And you try to inflict not military damage because the Americans can withstand that. What you do is you attack economic chokeholds, for example, the Strait of Hormuz, for example, the oil fields of the Middle East, right? So that's the idea of asymmetrical warfare. My best guess is it's very hard to create an event that rallies Gen Z.